All right, looks like we are live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream where we first review the watch list and then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a good Tuesday. Today is Wednesday already. It's the 1st of April and it's 9:16, actually about 9:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another 13 minutes now till the market opens at 9:30. We'll wrap up the stream usually within 90 minutes, so between 10:30 and 11 a.m. Check out the video descriptions below for some FAQs, like what platform am I using, and how do I get the chart layout, what scanners am I using, all that fun stuff. Let's get to the watch list. And good morning, everyone. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly refresh my YouTube here, just to make sure we don't have any bad connections and I don't miss any chats. So quickly get that going on. Just watching a few things out of the gate. So PHIO, as you guys know from yesterday, SGBX and VVUS, lead gappers from the day before. And guys, there is something going on because I've never seen so many secondary offerings just happening back to back. We had VVUS just got slammed with down 53% after a direct offering right here for 1.6. I think there actually could be a good chance for a bounce. I was even thinking about trading that when I was watching that. SGBX got hit with one as well. Boom. I'm actually surprised it didn't dip as much because the offering actually came out somewhere right here and then instantly we dipped down like 10-15%, but it wasn't really that bad of a dump. Price at 574. I guess that's why I didn't look at the price on this one, this dump. So yeah, okay, that was kind of makes sense then. So this was in the general area anyway. VVUS, we just talked about that one. PHIO, lead gapper from yesterday, just not doing anything. So this is why I typically don't hold overnight. This is why I'm very careful to get out of my entries fairly quickly. I mean, check out this drop it had. Just absolutely got destroyed. These guys had a direct offering too. I honestly, I don't see this many offerings happening. So that's 3 offerings on 3 of the stocks that we had all got completely whacked. So that's pretty extreme, I would say. And we've been seeing this a lot in these last few days. So just, keep that in mind. Let's definitely watch out. I ran the scanner this morning. We had a pretty nice amount of stocks on here. I kind of liked it. At first there was 17, now there's 22, exactly what I like to see. CEMI, I would say, caught my eye because of this big gap up it had, pulled back around getting close to 6, and then had a nice little reversal here. This might be one of the ones I watch out of the gates. Let's quickly review it a little bit more here. $2.7 million volume yesterday, not too important, but what is important, 91 million market cap, 17 million shares outstanding with a float of 14 million. It's a US diagnostic company. And check out this gap. This is just insane. 63%. I mean, not as big as we have been seeing, but still pretty sizable. 14, let me write some of these down. 14 million float. So we've been trading this, or actually I didn't trade this one in the past, but it was on our watch list several times. That's why I have all these lines drawn out for it. Let's quickly check out here what happened. We are pulling back to about 630, ran up to 8.39. So right here, $6, big time support, pulled back to about 630. So an interesting kind of area here, pivot spot. And then 8.9, so roughly, did I say that? 8.39, yeah. 8.39. So yeah, okay, totally makes sense. Found some big resistance in this area. Now we're pulling back a little bit. Let's see, what was the news on this one again? Coronavirus test begins testing. Human testing for vaccine, that's pretty big. DT, I see you guys in there. Keith with DTSS up 50%. Some CV news. SGBX. I saw Satoshi. SGBX was insane. And you know what? I had a good feeling SGBX was going to run. I kind of kept saying that during the stream yesterday. Like, you know, there's a good chance it's going to be a late runner. I wasn't sure if it was going to be VVUS, SGBX. What was the other one? PHIO. Oh, well, probably not PHIO because that one was kind of dead to begin with. But I had a feeling something was going to run, and SGBX was kind of the biggest one. And yeah, that ripped all the way to $12. That was huge. Let's check out QUMU. Kind of long-term chart, not too bad here. A little bit more healthy than a lot of the other ones we've been looking at. $23 million market cap. 13 million shares outstanding. What kind of run was this? It was a little bit choppy of a move here, about 80%, but just really, really choppy. So kind of two spikes pulled back. I'm not really sure what we're going to see with this one out of the gate. $3 is big time resistance, so not really making me too confident on that. Has been a pretty key pivot zone, $3 in the past. Plus we have the 180-day moving average. I'm not really sure if we're going to break above $3. So $3, keep an eye on. What else? 11.69 million float. Let me quickly change localized time. I gotta change. There we go. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I think QUMU is going to be, it has some potential, but I think there's better ones here. Let's quickly check. And honestly, IFRX was really, really interesting. Huge run up, kind of similar to CEMI, to be honest. And then really pulling back here to about 576, and then it had 11% bounce. So pretty clean and awesome bounce on that one. Let's go here, check out some of the news on it. Oh yeah, and QMU, what was the news on that one? I think I forgot to say that. So good quarterly results. Okay, actually, never mind. They have video communications. I don't know. Video communication news. That doesn't seem very revolutionary. Let's go back to IFRX, kind of pulling up here, 130%. This is probably one of the lead gappers on the day. Pulled back really strong and under VWAP. So those are things we typically try to avoid. 37% pullback now. That's a lot. 5 could be some big support. So I think out of the gates, watching IFRX maybe could be a really good setup because, you know, 17 million float on this one. What was the news we saw? It's a German biotech as well. German biotech. And let's see. First patient in multi-center randomized clinical to serve. Positive human data with influx anti-C5A technology. Okay, so doses first patient. Wow, that's pretty big news. Hopefully that works out all right. So yeah, that first patient news with IFRX could be really, really interesting. 17 million float, a little bit on the higher end, but overall quite interesting. 100 million market cap. Got another 3 minutes and 30 seconds to the opening bell. I think watching IFRX out of the gate could be really interesting. I don't know if we're going to get much more of a pullback than the one we had, but who knows. Long-term chart, let's quickly look at it again. Big gap down area, kind of pulling up to this area. how high did we run? We ran all the way to 928. So we ran a little under 10. Keep an eye on those two areas. We also had DPW moving. I just want to quickly look at this one. This one's kind of consolidating, not really doing too much of anything at this moment. Pretty solid move as well, 117%. That's why it made the lead gapper spot, but then pulled back really aggressively, 37% under VWAP. I don't know, but the float is one of the nicest ones. So 4 million float. 3.5 million market cap. So defense contract order of $1.3 million. 1.3 million contract defense. Pretty big news there for the fact that it's like a third purchase order. Off-road military multi-mission vehicles. So yeah, DPW finding some support in this area. I think the thing that blows my mind is the amount of offerings we've had. They oftentimes happen extended hours. So that's usually when you'll see them. Yeah, so I don't know if we're gonna have any just out of the gates, but we did see some offerings happen out of the gates this week already. So I don't know. I'm gonna be a little bit cautious here. I think VVUS kind of hit somewhat of a bottom here. This could be a really good like 10-20% bounce really quickly, but I think that's a bit more of a guessing kind of setup. Yeah. Another minute till the market opens. Satoshi, how can I add a clock to my price line? Do you know? I'm not even really sure what you mean by that, to be honest. The clock to your price line. Do I have a clock to my price line? I'll have to think about that. Sorry, I just kind of saw that. Let's talk about that in a little bit, though. IFRX seems like they just tried to fade. All right, guys, good luck, everyone, to the market open. This is going to be kind of interesting. I don't know, to watch out of the gate, it's a little choppy out there for sure. The markets are going to be a little bit red as well. IFRX having a nice bounce here. One of my probably more interested ones. CEMI as well. So I'm going to be watching those two out of the gates. Both are relatively the same price. Same price, same flow, roughly. All right, guys, here we go. Good luck, everyone. Markets are down, -3%. IFRX seeing a little bit of resistance here at the VWAP. Wouldn't be trading this with more than 200 shares. Solid little breakout here. And then again, CEMI, I want to be watching this one as well. This one's pulling back a little bit. I think both of these could be good potential trades. The horizontal red lines, all I do is, that's a drawing tool. It's this one right here, price level. And then trend line is the other one that I use. All right, CEMI pulling up, looking really good, and then IFRX as well. So both our lead gappers are doing exactly what we want. $650 was the breakout zone. Big buying volume that first candle. IFRX is definitely taking the lead with that dollar volume, but I think both could be really good buys. Roughly the same price. And put a limit order on CEMI, a little above the 50. Big support coming in here. Went down to 57. I'm going to give this one a little bit longer. I think we might break that 15-minute. CEMI, still have a limit order on this one. Might have missed that entry totally. Just going to keep my limit order there for now. IFRX pulling back a little harder. DPW is interesting as well. Pulling back is a lot of pulling back here. Totally normal. Remember, $6 on this one was some big support. We had a former spike in this area. You can see it here. Wouldn't mind getting aggressive potentially on this one fairly soon, around $6. Just got an entry here on IFRX. 130% gap up, one of the biggest ones, 17 million float. Pulling back to this key $6 support area. $9:35 a.m. The markets are still red. 1 second. Looking for IFRM. So CEMI had a bit of a pullback too. I'm going to go be a little bit more conservative. Move down this limit order just a bit. I see you guys watching DTSS. Sorry guys, I'm just watching so much right now. I can't pull it up, but I'll put it on the watch list because I don't think it is yet. Here we go. Yeah, 2.2, big time support. Gap is a little choppy, made me a little bit uncomfortable with it. 72% though, not too bad. Big pullback, 2.2, big time support, huge spike there. Kind of a cool move. $3, big resistance. Oh yeah, big contract winner. That's always a good sign. IFRX, still the lead stock. Biggest dollar volume, biggest gapper. Decent float. Just gonna give this one a little bit more time. Looks like QUM really pulling back here, not looking too hot. We entered at the 31, about 1,000 position size. VWAP retest here. Really want to see us break through that VWAP fairly quickly. 5-minute big sell volume. A little bit down here. Pull back, $6. Kind of a quick pullback. Definitely looks like it might pull back again. Ten minutes into the market open. Not looking too hot on IFRX. We were green a little bit, but now it's really selling off. I want to keep watching out here. Don't want it to get stuck in any sort of bad news. I really got to say the amount of bad news lately has been kind of surprising. I could probably buy a little bit more into this one since I'm a little bit under allocated. Usually not something I do, but I want to give this one just a little bit longer here. I think it could be reversing fairly soon. Markets are still red. Yeah, Andrew, I've gotten several issues like that, and it's a bit weird. I even had it where time and sales, order book, and the chart were all showing different prices, and that was really kind of stressing me out a little bit. Selling volume dying a little bit, but just gonna give this a bit longer here. CEMI also looking kind of interesting. This one could really start breaking out higher here or just dip lower. It's about 9:43 a.m. 13 minutes since the market opened. I don't know. It seems like it could be a TOS lag issue. For me, it just kind of went away at one point, so I'm not totally sure. But I usually also contact ThinkorSwim about a lot of these issues. I like to throw the issues on them so they at least know they exist. Looks like we're gonna get that second pullback right now. 610 looking like it's gonna get chipped away here. I'm probably gonna enter with another 20 shares, and if that doesn't work, okay, so 6 holding a little bit. Big support here at $6. All right, this is the pullback I was waiting for. As horrible as that sounds, since we're long, got a little entry on this one, on the 93. Not something I always do. I'm gonna give this trade just a little bit longer, getting close to my 5% max stop on this one. So I'm just gonna kind of ride it. Keeping an eye on the overall market. $89 pulling back here, 86. Bigger allocation now on this trade, 85, 83. Don't really want to go below 100 on this one. That would be about a couple percent past my max. Would like to see a reversal soon. We had a big low here at 77. CEMI still looking good. Just moving a little bit slow, kind of Consolidating under VWAP. Looks like we're going to have one more pullback here. $98, $97. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can be in this trade any longer. I'm going to be looking for an exit here. This is tough. This is actually where I would typically like to be get an entry. I should have sold here, so I was right to probably sell under here. That's kind of what I wanted to do originally. It's annoying when these kind of setups happen. $48. It's $9.48. I don't like that we're below 6. I was a little bit too aggressive with this one. Yeah, it's a good example of typically why I don't average down into losers. I should have treated this as 2 trades. I should have just got out of this one, closed for a small profit actually, and then entered again down here instead of averaging down, right? That would have been the way to treat this, this stock. Still the lead gapper on the day, tiny float, good news. I think this could be a potential runner. I just don't know if we know how long we would have to hold it for. Maybe we would go down negative 20%, right? So those are all things I don't really want to be part of, and that's kind of the predicament I put myself in at the moment. Ooh, this tea is real nice. Cody, what's your take on MNK? Actually, I don't have a take on MNK at the moment. Maybe I'll be able to look at it a little bit later, but just want to kind of see where the price action is going on IFRX. I might be getting out any moment here. A lot of selling volume still. Just try to get out on this one. Missed that. I had a good feeling that was going to happen. Well, today's definitely not totally my day, but you know, it's not the worst loss. So I went back past my max stop loss. I didn't close the order like I wanted to. So I did a lot wrong on this trade, and I definitely made some mistakes. It's tough. It's really tough because this is exactly where I want to be buying right now. So what I should have done is I should have treated this as 2 different trades. Holding this one a little bit too long. Tough situation. I think this is something that every trader just runs into every now and then. Big selling volume there. I don't like that. I want to see how much this thing can quickly bounce here. Still not bouncing. Don't want the 70 to get chipped away. That's what I'm keeping an eye on right now. Big buyers on the 70. Selling on the 70. Limit order, not sure what just happened. Limit order, did it go through? Canceled order. TOS issues, which could have been for the better. I don't like it though, because I should be out of this trade right now. Checking if I got out. $65 buyers coming in here. Whew, this is a roller coaster of a trade this morning, huh? I should have exited on the 70. Still have fairly high conviction on this trade. I just couldn't keep risking, I would say. My max risk was already further than I wanted it. And that was the biggest problem I had with this trade. Again, I kind of broke my rule of not averaging down to losers. I should have identified that this breakout was weak, closed my position, and then re-entered either here. I don't know if I would have thought this dip was going to happen, but if I entered a full position here, I could easily hold through this one without being stressed. So God, sloppy trading from my end, guys. Just whatever you're seeing right now, just don't even copy it. It's horrible. I'm a little bit nervous with that order, but I like the overall price action with IFRX, and I've been liking the overall price action with it. I think that was a big problem of mine actually on this trade, is I was a little bit too convicted on this trade. Just gonna keep watching it a little bit more here. These are really dangerous setups. $9:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Woo, today is flying by because I'm just over fixated on one stock, which sometimes is really good. Sometimes it's a really good position to be in, to be really focused on one play. A lot of times when I'm switching around different stocks all the time, big sellers in the 93, huge sellers, it's going to get slapped, but let's see what happens here. That was really intense. There it is again. Big time sellers there. I really want to see this get chipped away as soon as possible. Buying volume was a bit light here. Back into the 70 territory. 72. CEMI, guys, absolutely ripping. Keep an eye on CEMI. I think it could be a really good play. We're getting close to the 10 o'clock area. All right, close out of this trade. I might have closed out on the worst spot possible. That's tough. It was a really, really tough decision, but I had to do it because I can't hold on to something and just kind of watch the price go down. I've already broke a little bit my rule on that first one, so I decided to get out. Again, I really do think deep inside, I think I sold at probably the worst spot. But that's the hardest part about trading, I think, is just, cutting your losses. And sometimes you just got to cut your losses. So I should have cut my losses quicker. I cut it at the 70, and I'm just going to have to deal with that. Like I said, I do think I honestly cut my losses in the worst spot. I think this thing could easily rip higher here. We tried to already rip past 80. We tested it once. It was getting chipped away pretty healthy. I think we could chip past it, and I might enter IFRX again. I might even enter it at 620, 630. I might even enter it at $7 today. But for this trade, I held it too long. I paid the price for that. So honest mistake, and yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. CEMI, yeah, CEMI is ripping, and this was the other one I wanted to watch. Second lead gapper on the day. Here we go, IFRX. This is so painful. This is exactly the setup I was waiting for. I just got in a little too early. And I knew when I clicked that sell button, I was like, I'm selling at the worst spot, but I got to stick at least to my rule a little bit here, or what's the point of having them? Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. That's the move I was waiting for. So painful, so painful. That's just how it goes sometimes. Here we go, 593 getting chipped away again. This was the big stickler. We were having some really big issues getting past. I kind of want to watch this a little bit. CEMI looking pretty good, but I kind of missed the move here. I wanted this kind of breakout move and didn't really get that one. I'm going to go back to IFRX. I might enter this one again. It sucks to enter a trade at a higher price than you just got out for, but like I said, it happens sometimes. Just going to keep watching this one. No rush at all. There's a good chance that IFRX, breaks past 7, hits some new highs. There's also a good chance that it goes below 5.5 and, has a really, really tough time. You just don't know. And to me, I don't know. I held this one too long. That's what I'm disappointed about. Every time I average down, something bad happens. I like what I'm seeing though with IFRX. I gotta admit, I like what I'm seeing here, and I might re-enter, especially if 93 starts getting chipped away. So I'm gonna be ready to enter again at 93. There it was. There was the break on 93. Let's see if we can get this breakout entry here. Entered on the 94. Well, it looks like I am just getting thrown around today. Probably one of my more shaky trading days, but let's keep watching this one. (10:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time). This is a time where I like to really start getting a little bit more aggressive for things that are consolidating where they're opening. They haven't, there's good potential that they might rip to the upside, something like that. So I'm going to kind of see how this one performs a little bit longer. Same really setup here as before, but now with a different time frame. Yeah, really not my best trading on IFRX. Averaging down is such a mistake that I don't remember the last time I averaged down into a trade. Breaking a little higher here. Hopefully it doesn't get rejected again. I don't know if my heart can take it. At least I got some really good tea, which makes me happy. Damn, we haven't had a 10% loss trade in quite some time either, besides TOPS. But that was a freak accident. Yeah, so tough, man. IFRX, I was really thinking about, instead of selling at 71, buying at 81. I just didn't like the fact that I would have two allocations in one trade. That kind of bothered me a little bit, but I think that fear was a little bit self-fabricated. Like, it's not always a bad, but I don't know. Proper trade allocation, I think, is so important. The second you over allocate in one trade, that's when things get really sketchy, and that's when you're either going to get really lucky or really unlucky, and you could really blow up an account that way. So I avoid doing that typically. At this point, I'm just kind of digging out of the hole a little bit. I'm not even really sure if it's going to work. Right now, $6 is such big time resistance, and kind of part of me wants to get out of this trade already. A little too much chasing today on my end. Not sure what happened. Maybe I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Getting pulled back again here. Rejected at the 6. Not what I wanted to see. $5.90, big sellers there. I might have to cut my losses on this one again. So yeah, wow, trying to get out of this trade. I'm going to be getting out in this bounce if we get one. Okay, so second loss on the day. $120 loss isn't really the biggest loser. Doesn't really bother me too much. What bothers me is I didn't take profits here. I could have closed this one for $20, $30 profit. I definitely should have closed the trade here, but I was thinking in my head, honestly, I would probably rather average down. And I don't know why I was thinking about averaging down. That never comes through my head. So that was a real mistake there. So will be a good one to recap. I think there's some good lessons here for everyone to learn, mainly myself, because everyone has a different trading strategy. But I think I broke 2 rules today. So you guys saw it. You guys saw it live, just me breaking rules. And I think that was the biggest mistake I made today. I don't like the fact that $6 became resistance again. And trust me, I do think IFRX could rip higher. I do think it could be a big runner today. I can't take unnecessary risks and just kind of hold this one, because it could also be, we've already had 2 failed breakouts now in terms of when I was trading, but technically 1 failed breakout here, another failed breakout here. These are more pullbacks than breakouts, failed breakout here. So I don't know. Not to mention this stock was pulling back 35%, and I would say I'm looking for no more than 25%. So I think I broke a lot of rules today. Yeah, so shame on me. I get what I deserve, huh? Average. But yeah. I think as a trader, you can't avoid these days. They happen every now and then. So for now, I'm happy I got out. I'm happy the second trade, I followed my rules. I said, you know what? I was looking for a breakout, move higher. I gave it 2 tries. It didn't work. Closed my position, moved on. So the second trade doesn't bother me at all. The first trade, that bothers me a little bit. Yeah, overall, pretty good March. This week, a little tough, but March was pretty phenomenal, my best month yet. And April, well, started off with a red day, but doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's think here for a second. I don't have any trades left today, unfortunately. I was really kind of hoping that today could be a nice day, but I think when I ran the scanner and there was multiple sketchy lead gappers, I think that was probably a sign to be a little bit more cautious. And I think that was my big issue with today. CEMI, I'm gonna have to think about this one. I probably should have traded this one out of the gates, because we had a nice big green volume here and we were consolidating down, and this was a nice bull flag. This one really fits my strategy much nicer. 14% move. I think CEMI. Also, it's only 63% gapping up, which means it has definitely more room to run. It wasn't as thickly traded pre-market. Coronavirus news on CEMI. We got QUMU, which we talked about briefly, really just kind of pulling back here. It doesn't look too hot. Big resistance at 2.9. That's why and we talked about around $3. Wasn't looking too hot. So totally getting rejected there. What else we got? DPW. Had a really aggressive pullback at the market open, consolidated under VWAP, 20% drop, pretty serious, 8% bounce, not looking too good. This thing's probably gonna keep pulling back. Yeah, tough day, guys. Tough day for me. I think if we just focus on what was looking the best, and honestly, like CEMI was looking the best. Yeah, look at these pullbacks it's having. These are just picture perfect. Okay, I'm a little disappointed in myself that I did not focus on that. Lead gapper. IFRX, I really made the mistake of just holding this one too long, so I don't know. I'm not going to repeat myself on that one. SGBX from yesterday is looking a little bit dead. Yeah, tough day for me, huh? I got totally whacked today. Yikes. VVUS has been just selling off. Now down here, another 20% since this dip. Really aggressive sell-off. I don't know if I want to. All right, let's see. Wait, Heiko, if you had a loss, how's that supposed to make me feel better? Let's see. All right, let's see what Heiko got going on here. I'm out of trades for today. It's kind of sad. It's like liberating because I can't make any more mistakes, but it's more sad than anything. Let's see what Heiko's up to. 107. All right, Heiko shared his trade with us, guys. Are you ready to see what Heiko is up to? Jesus, Heiko, what are you doing over here? Yeah, okay, so you and I are basically in the same boat with this one. Heiko also got pretty aggressive with DPW. Heiko, you should put on your chart. If you use this gear icon, you can show your trades. Go to settings, and here you can say show trades. You can select that, then you can put on your chart. I don't know if you want that or not, but I find it kind of cool. Didn't realize that my limit was about the price. Actually, screwed me about the highest possible rate, and then dropped like a rock. Should not buy these morning panics anymore. Second, screw up now. Yeah, the morning panics are tough. They're really tough. Like sometimes you get these really nice red to green moves. Other times you see a lot of selling off. IFRX now above $6, trying to make me go crazy. Yeah, honestly, IFRX, I really, this is why I made such a mistake on it. I had like almost 100% conviction this one was going to rip. And that's when I make mistakes because I should close this position here. This one, if I closed this one, I would have held this position longer. I would have bought down here, which would have given me a good entry. Now we would have been up like probably, I don't know, 5, 8, 10%. Yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys are going to get it. I hope you guys are nailing at least one of this one. So it looks good. It looks really good. I would be probably super tempted to rebuy this one if I had another trade. So I guess it's probably for the better. I don't. I hope you guys nail this one. Someone's got to nail it. Can't believe I messed such a pattern that like I usually do pretty well on. Here we go, guys. I think IFRX, I still am totally convicted that it's going to be a huge runner, which is probably the most dangerous thing. If you ever feel like you're 100% on a trade, like I feel like this is going to go up 100%, let me use leverage on this, that's really when you make a lot of trading mistakes. I don't know. IFRX looks pretty good. It needs to break over VWAP though. Otherwise, it's just going to keep on selling off. Shane, yeah. So Shane said yesterday, what did you say? Either you are super happy at the end of the day that you listened to me or super happy that you didn't listen to me. There's no in between. That's true. Although all I really said was I think IFRX is going to go up, and I really regret that I'm selling at 5.7. I was almost 100% sure that selling at 5.71 was a horrible idea, but I couldn't break my rules twice in a row. I felt like, this is how, before you know it, you have one of those $1,000 loot, or like, you just totally ruin your account. And it's, I don't know, it's by just making several bad decisions in a row. Well, I hope you guys get this one. I think there's potential in it, but it'd probably be best for everyone if I just stop talking about it, or else IFRX might think I'm in the stock and then it's going to go down even further. Big buyers at 180. Let's see if that, I'm at $6. Let's see if it holds. Yes, Inessis is right. You never want to listen to me. You guys should always have your own trading thesis. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter if I buy. It doesn't matter if I sell. Always know why you're buying, why you're selling. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm thinking through these trade processes out loud, and that's all I'm doing. Wow, look at this. Really, really nice run here. I'm still 100% convicted that IFRX is just going to go up. This is going to eat at me all day today. I already feel it. I already feel it eating at me. It's so painful. Renaissance Technology down 17% on the year, and the biggest hedge fund in the world. Is it 17%? That's not very fun. That must be like some serious billions of dollars down. IFRX at 615. I should have just held it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Back to IFRX. This one's really breaking my heart right now. This is everything that I wanted to happen is happening. In my mind, I played this whole thing out before it happened, and I had the right thesis, but the wrong execution. So that's how it goes sometimes. I think it looks really good. What I like is that 15-minute right below it. I like that it bounced off the $6, which is multi-month support and resistance zone. So it's looking pretty healthy. We have a big gap down area, and it already ran all the way up to, what was that, like 12? So, no, 10. 12 was yesterday with SGBX. So yeah, huge potential on this one. A lot of upside. That sell-off pressure is just really, really strong on it. Big sell volume here. $10.22. Trying to do a VWAP breakout. Yeah, I guess, in looking back at it, I'm actually not too disappointed at all. I'm a little disappointed on the first trade. Second trade, that one I probably would have been right like 60 to 70% of the time. This time it just didn't work out. So there's really nothing to be upset about, I think. I'm actually kind of, now that you're thinking about it, it's not too bad of a setup. It's a little bit annoying kind of watching this thing walk away from me, but not not really the worst, you know, day, I guess you can say. Could always be worse. Could always be worse when you're trading. This thing is definitely building up some momentum there. Already had one attempt to break VWAP. I don't know if you could count this as a second attempt. Probably not. Doesn't even have volume on it. It's more just a candle hovering below it. Here we go. Building up for possible third attempt right here. I think if we break it, it's going to just freaking fly. Might even get halted. Neuro, I'll check it out. Let me know if this thing starts breaking VWAP. N-U-R-O. Whew. Ay, ay, ay. It's really not that much money being traded on this one. $1.5 million. $1.5 is clearly big time support. 15-minute EMA right below it as well. Good signs. Yeah, it's very light though. I don't know. I wouldn't be super excited about trading SGBX, but it is ranging really, really nice. This $5 clearly acted as big support. I don't really think this one has it in it to do a secondary breakout just yet because maybe it's going to be an afternoon runner. Who knows? I don't know. Much lighter volume today than yesterday. Here we go. This thing's going to try to break. CEMI, why did it just not fill my order? I would have been so much better off. Pulling back here, this could be a great, phenomenal entry. If this one has another big red candle, I would really want to enter it. Oh, it's got, I can't wait till I have unlimited trades on this challenge account. Yeah, IFRX doesn't look too hot. Ah, man, this first trade should have never been a 10% loss. Should have been no more than $40, $50. That's the only thing I'm disappointed about today, I would say. Yeah, Cody, I know that feeling. That's actually why I decided to stop trading at 11 o'clock. Unless like I'm not doing anything else in the rest of the day and I still have 3 trades available or something like that, I'll maybe dabble or if I see a really nice move. But I think the worst thing is like when I went through a phase where I was just like looking at the computer all day, like wanting to trade. It's a really the whole point of trading, right, is to give you freedom, right? If it's financial or if it's time from, other obligations. So what's the point if you're of trading if you're just going to look at the computer all day? That's kind of like my thought process, and that's why I started wrapping up trading at 11 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? If I miss an opportunity, whatever. At least I give myself, peace of mind and mental sanity. So I weighed that over potential opportunities. I think you made probably a good decision though, getting out of DPW. This thing's selling off, and it's continuing to sell off. It sucks when you have to sell at a low like you did. It's always like the worst feeling. Just like me today with IFRX, I also sold at the low. But it could have been, it was a 10% low, it could have been a 20% low, it could have been 30, 40, it just keeps on going. So you just don't know. You got to cut your losses at one point. Nice, Satoshi. That's always a nice way to do it. At least when you do get filled, you miss a lot of entries with the low limit orders, but at least when they do get filled, it's always like, boom. Well, not always, but it can be nice. Can be nice. Nothing's guaranteed with trading. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Yeah, this looks pretty brutal actually with IFRX. Does not look good. Oh, wrong scanner. Let's see if we were looking at all the right stuff today. Let's give it a quick little gander here. One second. All right, so IFRX, APT, CMI, some of the big movers. SFET was not looking at that one. DFFN. And APRN as well, but backside of the mood, probably just a dead cat bounce. I don't want to do that one. SFET. There's DTSS from you guys. Let's quickly take a look at some of these. Yeah, I wanted to take a look at DTSS earlier, but actually, didn't I? Yeah, I did take a look at it earlier. I was so fixated on one trade, and I didn't want to take my eyes off it. Really consolidating here. I don't like the fact that it was just so super rejected. It tried 1, 2, 3, 4 times to break higher now. I wouldn't be surprised if now it starts retesting the lows, sees how low it can go. What else do we call out? DFFN. Ooh, this one doesn't look too bad. Sub dollar, but 57 bounce on up here. 26% move. Ah, man. Moves everywhere. Today is not my day. SFET. Let's check out this one. Woo! Opening bell rips 45%. Really smooth on this one. Had a little trade here not too long ago. Yeah, it was a profitable trade, not too bad. $4, heavy resistance, just absolutely a wall of resistance in that area. Try to break out from that, didn't work. Pulled back here. This would have been a tough dip buy. This dip buy was around 940. That's such an early dip buy. Or usually in this area, you still expect stocks to keep on running up here. What was the move on this one? Tiny float. Decent earnings, usually pretty good catalyst, but it kind of came out yesterday. Probably a bit of a short squeeze maybe. I don't know. It's a weird move. Satoshi, that order's coming towards you. Crypto down as well today. Crypto has been getting battered, huh? It's getting destroyed. Satoshi selling everything then. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to watch BTC because this is the first time it's going through a real crisis, I would say. I mean, this is a global pandemic. I mean, you have like the German chancellor saying we haven't been through times like this since, or something that affected the world this much since World War II, right? So this is a real global crisis. Even I think 2008 didn't affect everybody as much as the coronavirus is right now. So I think this is going to be a really interesting test on what happens to Bitcoin and crypto in times of global crises. And you would actually think, you know, it's always getting compared to gold and reserve, and it's, you know, it's safe and blah 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 in terms of like being devalued, right? But it's been getting pretty crushed. So let's see what happens with it. All right, so I think for me, there's nothing I can really do today. I was thinking if there's anything else we can be checking out right now, but I think I'm going to wrap up trading there. I already wrapped up trading with that last trade. So for me, done. Bit of a red day, $120 loss. We were trading with about $1,100 position sizes today. So to me, that's actually like a 10% red day based on my position sizes. 11% red day based on position sizes. So it's kind of a bigger red day, and it's all because of that first trade. I just did not cut my losses. I was not clear in my mind, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking about some other things, but so I'm gonna wrap up there. We can just hang and watch the market. That's true. That's what I usually do on Friday, especially last Friday. I hung out for quite some time. I had a bit of a free time, but I'm actually a little bit slammed today. I got a few more things I need to take care of. Otherwise, I probably would hang out. Unfortunately, I can't. CEMI. Look at that. We had that second dip, 675. That would have been such a beautiful entry, but only 3% bounce, so not too much. Just running through all the stocks. VVUS pulled up here back to VWAP. Was kind of thinking we might see a little bit more of a move with VVUS because yesterday we had tops, right? And tops had a pretty good bounce. So let's go back to this one. It actually had a huge rip today, huh? Let's go back here. So yeah, it had an offering till 0.2, and then it bounced off this low pretty nicely, and then it ripped up by 74%, and then today it's trying to rip it again, but it didn't make it that high up. So I'm kind of surprised because VVUS had the offering at 1.6. Yeah, 1.6 a share, 7.2 million shares. Maybe it's just a lot of shares. So yeah, 1.6 was here. Didn't have that run to the upside. A 50% run would have, went above like 2.2. Maybe we'll still see some sort of run with this one. I'm really surprised that it keeps selling off. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna, or I'm not trading it, but I don't know how I would, or I don't know. I'm just kind of researching right now. I'm just kind of seeing if we could learn anything. SGBX. This one also had an offering, sold off, past the offering, but really held its highs pretty well. So it's hard to say what a stock is going to do after these offerings. But so far, every time the news comes out, there's at least this drop. The news came out here around 15 actually, and it dropped 16%. So here it came out at 2:15, which is 8:15. Yeah, which is 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. So that one dropped. Wait, Cody, what did I say? Handle your stuff. TOPS. Yeah, TOPS. Which broker do I use? I use TD Ameritrade, ThinkorSwim platform. I actually have that in the FAQs below. But yeah, I think the only thing about this one, all my European friends complain, you need to, I think, be American citizen, or you need to have a US company, which shouldn't be too hard to set up. We've set up several, but I'm trying to think if there's any, do you need to be a citizen? No, I doubt it. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I need to run off. It's true. I just got carried away because I was like, I got kind of interested in to see what these offerings did with SGBX. Wait, okay, I gotta leave. It's true, but PHIO, one more here. This one had an offering as well. So PHIO was the lead gapper. We talked about this in when we were reviewing the watch list, and they came out with their offering right here at 12 something yesterday. This was so brutal. I mean, you don't typically see this during the open, but this one got slammed. 2.3. So yeah, this one fell below the price, kept on falling, and really has just been selling off ever since. So PHIO, it's like, and there was one more. I think there was actually, what was that? Let me quickly look here. Something with B. It was like BK something. 1 second here. I think it was BKYI. $1.5 a share. This might have just been a warrant. Either way, it's been pretty devastating with these shares getting exercised. Maybe I'll recap it a little bit more in today's video. Recap video. To purchase 1.5 31st. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really find the specific on this one, what I'm looking for, but just know you got to be careful out there, guys. These reverse splits are not reverse splits. These offerings usually don't give good results. So far, that's like 100% rip to the downside when the news comes out. And the only one that's recovered above the offering price was SGBX so far. So yeah, let's just, keep that in mind. Be careful. And who knows what's going to happen with the SGBX tomorrow. Because right now there's big resistance above. And so far in the past, every time it sees this 180-day resistance, it doesn't live much longer. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to be a little cautious with pre-market trading. I'm going to also be cautious with... I don't know. Definitely the pre-market trading, but I'll let you know if something else comes to mind. But those offerings, man. Is it just the season for the offerings? Why are we seeing so much right now? These are all questions I need to figure out. And if you guys have answers, I also want to leave a comment below. I'm curious to see. All right, guys, I'll wrap up there. It's already 10:47. I would be wrapping up anyway at this point. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It was good, fun trading with you guys. I hope some of you guys made some nice profits. It was a tough day, a little bit choppy. I think CEMI, like I said before, was really the ticket. It was really the winner today. Everything else was just I don't know, choppy and a lot of selling off and a lot of false breakouts, and markets are red, which usually isn't the worst thing, but I don't know. It's tough. It's tough, guys. Well, tomorrow we'll be back at it first thing. It's Thursday tomorrow. It's ridiculous. It's flying by. So I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. I'll see you guys in the recap video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. I really do appreciate it. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again. We're going to do a recap video after this, and then, like always, and then, yeah, start streaming at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every day the market's open. And leave any comments below if you guys got, or leave any questions below. I answer all questions. All right, guys, take care. Nice Paul. At least you walked away with 40 bucks. Good on you. It's good to see that. Till tomorrow, guys. Till this afternoon. Stay safe. Make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.